Hi Reynas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Reyna. I'm a pageant analyst, new and upcoming. If you guys want to watch more videos about pageantry, then go ahead and visit my channel. And I have the scoop on a lot of different pageants, and I have some live streams too that you guys can go and watch. So let's get into the video. My name is Vijayareyna, like I said, and I did a live stream, you guys. So I did a live stream, you guys, not too long ago, literally like a few days ago, I think on Sunday, and it was on Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA, and a lot of you guys joined, so thank you guys so much for the support. To all my Reynas who came on the live and watched, I thank you so much. It means the world to me, and I am forever grateful for you all. You guys are the reason why I do what I do. But enough about me, let's get into what happened. Let's get into a breakdown of what I thought of the competition. Obviously, if you guys want to see my raw and unfiltered reaction, all you have to do is go on my channel, click the lives tab, and my live stream for Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA will be there, and you can watch my live reaction in real time. But just give you guys an afterthoughts, like what I think now that the competition has gone by a few days. First and foremost, congratulations to Miss Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA Philippines, because she is now the Miss Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA 2025 queen of the next year or so. So congratulations to Dia Mate. Just a little bit about Dia before I get into my thoughts. Well, let's get into the competition first. So first and foremost, they started off with, I'm just saying this off of memory, I don't have it on a screen, but I'll put up the clips like here or something. But they started off with the girls in the national costume, and I think Dia Mate won best in national costume. I don't recall, but I believe she did. But nonetheless, if she didn't, she should have, because she had, I would say, the best national costume. They put her smack dab in the front, so maybe I just wasn't able to see all the other ones as well, but it just stood out so much. It was really well detailed. Kudos to the designer of that national costume, simply because to construct something of that size and then ship it all the way to Bolivia, and for it to still be intact the way it was, means that the integrity of the design held up well, and it was just designed very well. Dia Mate looked incredible in it. She looked gorgeous, and it really showcased the heritage of the Filipinos, so I really loved it. Congratulations to her. And that was not the only shining moment for Dia Mate during the competition prior to her winning. She also was the first one of the swimsuit competition to go up and sing. So at the beginning of the swimsuit competition, before it started, they had contestants sing. I don't know if it was pre-recorded or recorded, or if it was live. Nonetheless, she was singing, and if those of you guys who are not familiar, Miss Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA Philippines, or currently Miss Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA 2025 rather, she is a singer. She actually has some songs that she has produced and had some singles that she's made, and I really love them. One of my favorites from her is her most recent one, I believe, which is Ganda Gandahan. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really good, and I really appreciated the song and the choreography behind the music video. So definitely go give it a look if you haven't. But nonetheless, she was out there, she looked great, and I was really happy that she kept her long, straight black hair. I think that in general, Asians, and especially Filipinas, look so good with that signature long black hair, just like CJ Opiaza, but especially Dia Mate against that morena skin tone. She looked immensely beautiful with it. I was so happy to see that she kept that hairstyle, and although I do appreciate her beauty in all different hairstyles and, you know, styling in general, I think she looks the best when she has her hair long and straight like that. So I think she looked phenomenal. Going into the technicality of the pasarela of her swimsuit walk, I think she did a phenomenal job as well. She just really carried out that pasarela incredibly. I do know that CJ Opiaza had a hand in her pasarela training. Shout out to CJ Opiaza and her pasarela training like camp. I think that she is just, not only is CJ just one of the best, if not the best pasarela like walkers out there in modern day pageantry, but in addition, she's a great and phenomenal coach. She also coached Miss Universe Philippines Southern California last year, and she also did coach Miss Universe Philippines Cavite, which was Dia Mate at the time, and they both did really phenomenal. Neither of them ended up placing, but it was definitely not due to their pasarela. That one I know for sure. So shout out to CJ Opiaza. If you have the budget to afford her services, then definitely, and you're in the Philippines or you have access to her coaching, definitely you know, take her up as a coach, because she's just incredible and an inspiration to me as someone who wants to one day also become a pasarela coach. But nonetheless, back to Dia Mate, she just did incredible, you guys. That spin turn, oh my gosh, that spin turn was, it was great. It was not too much. It could have been too much. It could have been too much. Really, it could have. But she pulled it off in a way that it wasn't too much. And I just think it was really good. Her confidence was on fire. That swimsuit, I really liked it. I actually I actually did like the swimsuit a lot that Reina HISPANOAMERICANA provided the girls. So I really, really loved the swimsuit. I thought it flattered everybody in every body type, and especially the Amates. I think she looked really great and phenomenal in the swimsuit, and yeah, she just looked good. Even better than her swimsuit performance was her evening on performance. If you watch my live stream first and foremost, well, let me get into the evening gown. So even better than her swimsuit performance was her evening gown performance. That evening gown, I think it was Reyna Fernandez that designed the gown, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, Reyna is one of the most beautiful gown designers, not just in the Philippines, but I have seen on pageantry stage. Reyna Fernandez is a legend in his own right, and I hope that, you know, that they are proud of themselves and all the work and all the accomplishments that they have achieved. This is another win for Reyna Fernandez and you know, their team, the design team. Honestly, kudos to you, Reyna Fernandez. If ever I was a beauty queen, oh my god, I've been talking to too many Filipinos because I just said if ever. If ever I was a beauty queen, I would definitely come to you. Some other names that come to my mind is Leo Model, I think this is how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing, but also another phenomenal gown designer. But Reyna Fernandez designed the Amate's evening gown from my recollection, and it was just gorgeous. I mean, literally the gold suited her so well. Dia looked like a goddess in that gold gown, and it wasn't necessarily over the top or overly abundant, but the movement of the dress and the shape. I would say that Dia Mate has a great body. All women have beautiful bodies, but this really I think put shape into her silhouette in the areas that it needed it the most. And I think it was chef's kiss, Reyna. I mean, you did such a phenomenal job with the designing of that dress, especially to tailor it to the Amate's proportions. I think it looked phenomenal. And not just the dress itself, but the way that the Amate carried the gown. It was one of my favorite evening gown performances. I was gonna say of the year, but we just entered the new year of the last few pageants. I guess I'll say that of 2024 slash these last 2 months. It was one of my favorite evening gown performances, particularly that spin turn with the hair flip. Now, this could have been a very copycat moment of Catriona Gray, but it wasn't. I don't know who choreographed her evening gown pasarela. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was CJ Piazza. I don't know if it was Ian, because I know she's part of Aces and Queens as well, I believe. I don't know if it was a collection of all of them together, but whoever choreographed that evening gown pasarela is just a genius. And Dia Mate, shout out to you. I have seen Dia on her social media working and training for this pageant, and I am just honestly so impressed. So it's not just about someone choreographing a certain pasarela walk, right? It's also about the contestant taking the time to practice and execute that walk to perfection, and Dia Mate did exactly that. What I liked about it particularly was at the end of the runway when she did that spin turn with the hair. See, Catriona did a turn and then she flipped her hair, and we have seen that replicated by many queens, and it's good. There's no higher form of flattery than copying someone. So obviously they're inspired by Catriona Gray, and that is completely fine. But this is how you take something that's been done and make it your own. What Dia did is that she did the turn with the hair flip as she was walking away from the judges, and that did two things. One, it made it into her own move, into her own signature, the Dia Mate turn. And then in addition to that, it allowed us and the judges to see the beauty of the back of the dress, which is really important. And I am honestly just so, it's hard these days. It is hard these days to make a signature that is your own and it's not tacky and it's not awkward, and that translates internationally. We have seen queens do signature moves at the national level, and because they are loved by their countrymen, it becomes like a hit and their signature. But then when they go international and they do it, it doesn't translate well, because simply put, sometimes these signatures are hyped up for these queens because they're loved by their countrymen, not because it's actually the best execution. The Amate signature is something that registered well amongst all people of all backgrounds, of all cultures, and I will say that is a reference right there. Dia Mate's evening gown at the end of the runway, turn and walk away, that little moment that she had with her hair, that was a moment, you guys. Seriously, it was. So kudos to Dia Mate. Gandahan si Dia Mate, or Nia Dia Mate. She just did like sobrang ganda. I mean, which mwah. So moving on from there, I think they ended up calling the top 12 after that, and we were on our. If you watched the live, we were all on our seats because at that point in the competition, I knew for sure Philippines and Venezuela. I know those. I knew that those two. I was like, they have to make top 12. But if you thought that that was the moment that we started to like get anxious, no. Me and the Reynas who were on the live got anxious because we did not realize that when they were talking. So personally, and I think most of my Reynas who were watching the live with me thought that once they called the top 12, all the ladies are going to do Q&A. That was not the case. It was only the ladies who were going to be in the top 7 that were participating in the question and answer round. And I did not recognize that until about the 3rd or 4th contestant was called. And then someone in the comments said, guys, they're calling top 7 and those top 7 would participate in question and answer. I had no idea. I was shook and I was like, oh my God, I did not know that this is the layout of the competition. So it was a surprise. I mean, it was just crazy. Everything was going so fast. I think the pacing was actually really, really good, but I'll get to that at the end. So Dia Mate was called last, and I think that shook her up a little bit because during question and answer she was slightly nervous. You could tell by her delivery. Nonetheless, the content of her answer to the question was really good. She answered it from the heart. You could tell it was authentic. And one thing that we see a lot of these days in pageantry are rehearsed answers. We see a lot of queens taking rehearsed answers or answers that they've kind of played out before with their coach or in general, and they try to make it fit into the question that they're asked, even though it doesn't. And that doesn't translate well. I would rather have someone like Dia who's a slightly nervous on stage because perhaps they're called last or whatever it may be, right? But they're giving a authentic, heartfelt, and real answer. And that is what we noticed from Dia Mate. Now, I cannot compare too well her answer to other contestants simply because I do know some Spanish. Yo sé poquito español porque tengo primos y tíos de Latinoamérica, pero no tengo fluidez. I know some Spanish, but I do not have fluency. So I cannot in completion understand the answers that were delivered by the other queens. So I cannot fairly compare Dia's answer to the other ones. What I can say is I enjoyed Dia's answer, and I thought that it was very authentic, very heartfelt, and I thought she did well. I thought definitely her and Venezuela were the top 2 at that point. So yeah, that was that. Then they went on. I thought they were gonna have a second round for the Q&A. They did not. They went straight into announcing the winners, and I was like, oh my gosh. So everyone was on their seats. And they ended up announcing that it was Venezuela and Philippines at the top 2, which is exactly what I wanted. At that point, I thought both ladies just did well. I was going to be happy with whoever, but so anyways, Philippines won. Dia Mate won, Miss Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA. Philippines won the competition, and it was a sweet moment between her and Reyna HISPANOAMERICANA Venezuela, because you could tell immediately that Miss Venezuela was just so happy for Dia Mate, which just shows the bond that these ladies have had. And it's even more touching because you have to remember that Dia Mate, although she knows some Spanish, she obviously did some training in Spanish, which is so impressive, and I'm so proud of her for putting in that much effort. I would have to say that in addition to the training that she did, you could tell that they still forged connections. Like, the language barrier did not hinder the ladies from forging a connection with Dia, and vice versa, because all the ladies at the end seemed so happy for Dia Mate, which speaks to Dia's soul and to her answer for her Q&A, because she said that kindness transcends like language barriers, for example, during her answer. And I think that that is true, and we saw that exemplified because when she won, all the ladies were so happy for her. So it just goes to show how much of a radiant soul that Dia has and all the other ladies have as well, because they were clearly just so supportive. We did not have a Miss Grand International moment at all, which is good. We don't it's entertaining one time. It's kind of a uh-oh if it happens several times. So I'm happy that Dia Mate had her moment, and she and all the ladies celebrated it with her, and it was beautiful to watch. And yeah, all I have to say is, what a turnaround for Dia Mate. I first started following her or noticed her at MUPH this last audition. She competed, and she was in the same batch as Chelsea Manalo, and she did phenomenal. I actually saw her and noticed her a lot during her interview. So Miss Universe Philippines does have open door interviews, and I believe she was Miss Universe Philippines Cavite, if I'm not mistaken. So she competed as Miss Universe Philippines Cavite, but she went unplaced, and I was actually surprised because I remember I did watch her open door interview, and I thought she did really well, and I thought her pasadora was actually pretty decent. So I thought there was no reason for her not to place. I'm not sure why she didn't. Of course, not everyone can place, but I think that it was well worth her time to go to Miss World Philippines and vie for the crown. She ended up winning Miss Reyna Hispanoamericana Philippines, and then now she won Miss Reyna Hispanoamericana, the entire title. So how sweet of a comeback is that for her? And to be trained by CJ Opiaza, who has a similar backstory of being unplaced at Binibining Pilipinas and then going on to MUPH, being the first runner-up, and also at Miss Grand International this last edition being a first runner-up as well. So the success of both of these ladies and seeing them collaborating together, I think is just so phenomenal and so heart-touching. So yeah, you guys, congratulations to Diamante. I have a few more videos coming out, and they're going to be regarding, I'm going to do a video about comparing Kat Llegado, Eliana Aduana, Winwin Marquez, and Chelsea Fernandez, and talking about which of those four I think would be best suited for the Miss Universe Philippines crown. I have a video coming out about newcomers that I really enjoy and who I think would be really good for the crown as well for Miss Universe Philippines. That'll be a separate video. And I also have a live stream probably this weekend, I'm thinking, about, I'll see what you guys see on my Instagram or my community post, but it will be about Miss Universe Philippines because I think they have dropped at least 70 contestants. So I think it'll be fun for us to all come together and just talk about our thoughts. I won't necessarily have a favorites list. I can if you guys want me to, but I was thinking it'd be more fun if we just came together and talked about it. So yeah, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting my live. And if you are Filipino watching this, because this is about Diamante, so not that you have to be Filipino to watch this video, you could be any viewer that just enjoyed Reyna Hispanoamericana. But if you are, maraming salamat po para sa supporting me. I nosebleed ako pero kasi I don't have fluency in Tagalog, pero yeah, maraming salamat po from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. Thank you guys so much for all the support you have given me. And gusto mo, if you want, then please hit the subscribe button if you want to be part of the Reyna family. It would mean a lot to me. If not, no worries. Thank you for watching my video anyways. Please give it a thumbs up and share it to your friends. It does help me tremendously. I'm still a small YouTuber, you guys, so every little like, every little share, every little comment not only means the world to me, but logistically supports my video, my content, and my channel. So maraming salamat po, muchas gracias, shukran, shukriya, dhanyabad, shesheni, arigato gozaimasu, and all the other thank yous in the world that I do not know yet, but hopefully we'll get around to learning, because it means the world to me. And yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it'll be linked down in the bio below. I do reply to my messages. Shoot me a message. I am in the middle of moving and starting a new job, so I reply a little bit later than usual, but I do get around to everyone eventually. And also I will have my email listed down below for any business inquiries, but please keep it to business. If you have personal things that you want to message me, you can either put it down in the comments below or message me on Instagram that I will have linked. I also have a vlog channel. I need to upload more on it, but I will go ahead and put that below. And I'm currently working on a project where I am trying to create a coaching. I have a degree in communication, so I would love to, become a Q&A coach. And I would say I'm a pretty decent walker. I was a dancer for several years, which translates well into pasarela skills. So I am looking to also hone in on those skills and hopefully become a pasarela coach in addition. But I will get you guys more information on that when the time comes. That is still in construction. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Have a great day and bye, Reynas.